Yeah, we're both playing pretty well right now, so I think it's going to be a tough semifinal. It's tough when you're having to play number 1 and 2 in the world are playing each other in the semifinal. It's kind of a bit weird, so we're just going to go out and try to play the best we can.
Been great, man. Yeah, Power, we played a few times this month, so yeah, it's always going to be close. I hope I play well, and we'll see how it goes.
Semi-final match, Jonathon Power of Canada to serve, Amr Shabana of Egypt to receive. The best of 5 games, love all.
Here we go, 2006 Windy City Open second semi-final tonight, featuring the all-white Jonathon Power from Canada against the Egyptian wizard Amr Shabana, the current world champion, in the black shorts. Sitting alongside me tonight, I have Bo River, USA touring pro, representative of the United States team, and top 100 in the world player.
Aiden, pleasure to be here with you. What are your thoughts on this game? You obviously have been a top player yourself and played these guys. Probably not so much Shabana, Power when you were coming through. He's a similar kind of age in the juniors.
Yeah, I had the opportunity of seeing Jonathon at a very young age, seeing him grow and just breaking through. And just being a totally wonderful player that he is. But I never had a chance to play Shabana, but I'm a huge admirer of his game. He's one of the most electric players I've ever seen.
That's a great word for it. He is totally electric. I mean, there's not a moment when you see his body language fall. He's just constantly looking for any little slight opportunity, and then just with that racket speed at full tilt, going at the ball, attacking it every single time.
Well, what we have here tonight is just wonderful. We've got the world number 1, JP, Jonathon Power against Shaba and Amr Shabana. I mean, that's just great. A semi-final.
That's not every day you see world number 1 and 2 in a semi-final. Obviously, the January rankings affecting the world standings a little bit in the December rankings, which this tournament was seeded on. There was a different ranking where I think Jonathon was 6, if I'm correct, and Amir was 7?
Correct.
I think that's why they're meeting here now. Obviously, new January rankings. Power 1, Shabana 2, and we've got a meeting of 1 and 2.
Rally, right? Fantastic.
Absolutely right. Jonathon showing some beautiful front court work on his what's typically known as his non-strong side, his backhand side. But obviously there, no weakness anywhere in sight, laying that ball in perfectly.
Yeah, look at the beginning of this game, he's trying to keep Shabana deep, knows that Shabana's got weapons. Just like that, jumping on it.
Okay, he's just on it so quickly. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Shabana just taking an early dagger at Jonathon. Ooh, across the area there, but ball is tight on the wall.
He's in great form as Shabana. You know, he won the Canadian Classic last week. He's won the World Championship last month.
His second time. He has been quite on a stunning roll for the last few months. He started off the season in St. Louis, won that tournament, and then soon after won the Heliopolis Open in Egypt. He went on to win the Hungarian, and then the World, and now the Canadian, and now he's here.
Yep. Yes, let 5-1.
Jonathan's gone off to a quick lead here. This happened yesterday though with Shabana 2 playing in 2. Couldn't really get settled, but Jonathan's really stepped up, shown, look, I might have lost last week 3-love, but I am the world number 1.
I think you're absolutely right there, Jonathon. Doing everything he can to send a message for the first rally there. Oh, look at that.
So subtle.
So subtle and just so direct. No funny business in that shot.
2-5.
What is base from him is technique. If you look closely, he's got that southpaw style swing. Relaxed, lovely Egyptian flair. Reminded me of one of the great Egyptian players, Ahmed Safwat. Passed away in the last couple of years.
That's right, he did.
It really was the changing of the guard for Egyptian squash in the late 80s. It was originally living in England and went back and really took the Egyptians a long way. Juniors now.
Great rally there from Shabana. Some great right wall working
3,
of
5.
Jonathan, finding the open ball and sending Jonathan the wrong way.
It's down 1-5 and it's kicking back 3-5. It's costly, that one.
Costly needed that one more rally to get
And
within
out, 6-3.
1 point of Jonathan's lead. Jonathan maintaining that little cushion, spreading the score.
These two players in the last minute have been in a lot of exhibitions together, so they know each other's game inside out.
It's a good point. You know, you think about, these guys have played somewhere in the range of 250 matches in the PSA since 2000, but in leagues and exhibitions and appearances and you name it, they've probably played probably more like 1,000 or so, right? It's shaping up to be quite an epic rally here.
Travis changed his game recently. He started shooting a little bit more from the back, which is a lot of Shabana's strengths. So it's going to be shots from everywhere tonight, Bella.
I can't disagree with you, Aiden. Nothing about this this match is going to be without some crazy shot making. And even there, Jonathan obviously with not
Right side.
tremendously flashy shot, but played in such an
7-3.
aggressive, snappy way with his deception. Shabana not able to even read it. Kind of falls on his heels and concedes it. Some very good use of that side wall there, laying it in perfectly parallel and tight, limiting one another's ability to attack in the middle. Shabana reading that one pretty clearly.
And out, 4-7.
Very interesting, wins this first game. Shabana holding a few higher percentages than Jonathon after winning the first game in all of his matches.
Not that these players wouldn't be two of the top in any scoring method, but what do you think about how the new professional scoring method, which is best of 5, first to 11 points, point per rally, with a deuce at 10-all? How do you think that's affected these guys? There's such attacking style, and the new system obviously benefiting players who are able to really get that lead and just attack for those 11 points.
It's interesting what the stats show, really, because you'd have thought, Jonathon, a very aggressive player, as you said, a shooter. His strengths has always, looks like it's always been the third game of the match. It's got good 80% win rate in the third game in the tiebreakers, but early on, like the second game, he's only won 1 out of the last 9.
Really? Huh. Got a fantastic crew of people on the internet doing some really high quality research for us. Aiden quoting it there.
5-7.
That was a joke, Aiden.
I got it. I got it. That's why Google's so good.
Google. It's all about Google these days. These guys are worth like a lot of money.
Now, back to the squash. Jonathan's first chit-chat with the referee. How many more are we going to get tonight?
You know what? A few of the boys last night had a bet going, and their bet with Jonathan's match with Anthony Ricketts was that the first 13 rallies, before the first 13 rallies were played, oh, here we go. That John would have one of his classic little mini meltdowns. Jonathan containing that one pretty well.
He's calmed down over the years. He's matured in that avenue, I think.
Yeah, you're totally right. He,
6-7.
Jonathan Power, legendary for his hammering of referees, and but also his witty banter to never cross that line of being disrespectful, but letting a ref know that He's not very happy with some of his decisions. Great backhand drop there from Jonathon. Amr Shabana doing well just to dig in there and get these balls up. And then resetting around nicely.
Keep Jonathon on the move here.
Amr not happy with that one.
Could be costly.
And out. 8-6.
Bridges that gap with another 2 more points. Yeah. Hasn't got into a lead yet here, so he's been on the defensive.
Jonathon's done well to constantly maintain a 2 or 3 point lead throughout this match. Aiden, what are some of the psychological effects of ooh, nice tight shot there from Shabana.
And out.
What are some of the
7-8.
psychological effects of feeling like your opponent's always just a couple rallies ahead, never getting that lead, never getting the match leveled?
I think, you know, he gets stuck behind you. It's just really hard just to come back. You feel like being thrown around backwards and forwards. You just can't get a lead.
Shabana breaking a string there, or a racket or something. Looks like a string.
A lot of rackets and strings been broken
I
tonight.
know.
It's our 5th one in second game.
There's obviously some equipment stuff going on.
And out. 9-7.
At this level, the equipment takes such a beating. You can understand why there's a little bit of breakage.
That's a great shot. Give him set the position. Jonathon's looking balanced here. Oh.
I think they call that silly
shot.
stuff in England, don't they? Great shot there. Opportunity. Shabana digging it down to the neck.
Both of these players have got wonderful wrists. Very relaxed, but they change the grip around so much.
There really is such a, you can probably think I'm a little dramatic here, but an artistry to it. You know, there's such fine little movements at such a high pace, and the control that these guys have is just unbelievable. Oh.
Yes, he was to the left. No, he was to the left.
Referees, you know.
A replay on that will show that.
Yes, lad.
I'll show that it was probably a stroke, I would say.
I definitely got to agree with him here. There. He's hard done by.
Obviously, referees like players missing shots. They miss calls. But it seems that there's been a fair amount of that this week. Some kind of, sometimes you get a 50-50 decision. You think, all right, well, you know, let her.
Beautiful one in the middle there.
Absolutely.
Going back to your referee comment there, you know, there's a lot of pressures to it. It's a $100,000 event, so.
Indeed.
It's
a thankless task, by all means, but frustrating for the players when they don't feel like they get the call they deserve.
Yes, lad. 9-all.
A little gentle way with each other.
Gentle, I'm okay if you're okay.
Foul.
Oh.
Again,
And
did
out.
not get the lead.
10-9. Game ball.
So close.
Similar to last night's first game.
So far. Jonathon looking to close this first game. Put a little bit more pressure on Amr to have to claw back from a 1-0 deficit. Close down the court a little bit, playing a little more straight. Oh, there's a cross. But probably the only way to really consistently limit the lethal nature of Jonathon's shots is to really just use the sidewall. I mean, look at there. Loose cross court. Jonathon eats it up.